So today I'm going to talk about Peacemaker issue 6 and the series in general. This is the regular cover, and here is my variant cover with Peacemaker trapped inside of Chemo. Does not actually happen in the comic book. And there is my Beast Kingdom Peacemaker figure. So all in all, I think this was a very successful series. So on Comic Book Roundup, the series averaged a 9.0, which is a darn good score, and 8.7 user rating, and actually was going up. So it had the first two issues were 8.9, then 8.6, and then 9.1, 9.3, and 9.4, although they were not on too many reviews. They were on very few reviews. So I think that the series probably was not selling that amazing. There were 9 user reviews, user ratings, so that's not a lot. Let's see, this one had 7, so actually the final issue had a little bit more. I don't avoid spoilers, just so you know. I always say that. So they're facing off against Chemo from the last issue, and I don't know why, but Kyle Starks decided to go with all Doom Patrol villains, which I think is pretty cool. Doom Patrol had some really neat villains, and they don't get used that often, at least not from what I've seen. They have some longevity, but I don't see them used nearly as much as other villains, possibly because they are villains of Doom Patrol. There is the Gorilla Mala, and they get into a fight, and I just love this stuff. So Peacemaker punches Mala, and he says the worst crime you committed was pretending you're my friend, and he just says "C'est la vie," and then "Sacre bleu," and then so Peacemaker launches, or he does his laser beam, and it says "zapped." Burnt hair smell. So the brain right now is inside. It's really impossible to see, but he's inside Chemo right now, so he's controlling Chemo. And so he says Mala, and so Mala's taken out of action, and Chemo wants to kill Peacemaker. It's hard to spit when you haven't had a mouth for decades. So in the previous issue, we saw a little flashback of Red B when he was with the troops during World War II, and they were all killed by War Wheel. So Peacemaker's destroying all these weapons that the brain has, and so using Chemo's body, he decides he's just going to go out and destroy the world. Here's a little advertisement for Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. And so Red B and Peacemaker decide to grab War Wheel to fight Chemo. And they have a little bit of conversation there, a little heartwarming conversation. And then Red B says, so I'm sorry for what comes next, but I'd regret it if I didn't do it. And he boots Peacemaker and his dog Bruce Wayne out of War Wheel, and then drives War Wheel right into Chemo, destroying both. So Red B dies, and Chemo is destroyed, and I assume the brain is destroyed. I have no idea if any of this is in continuity. Probably not. So then Peacemaker goes, I can't remember his name, Christopher something or other. He goes and has a beer with Red B's bees, and apparently discovers that bees like beer. And so then we have a cookout with Peacemaker and his neighbors and the Suicide Squad. So there's King Shark and what was it, Deathstroke? No, it's Deadshot, and Amanda Waller and Harley Quinn. So they're all... I do like this one where he says, well, he's got vegetarian alternatives for burgers. And, oh, where is it? The vegetarian alternative is just a few stalks of celery on a bun. And now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Is this just celery on a bun? So that's his vegetarian burger. And I think that Deathstroke, it's not, I don't believe that's, this is he called Deathstroke. I think that's like Teen Deathstroke, and he's there watching pornography. Supplied by Peacemaker. And then this must have been from, because I missed 2 issues. I missed issues 2 and 3. And so I'm going to get the hardbound book so I get them all. And so some group called the Demolition Team they must have had some kind of interaction with Peacemaker and decide they're going to teach him a lesson. And then he says, "Welcome to the party, assholes." And so there's him and all of his... I guess there's also Captain Boomerang. So he's also in there. I thought it was a fun series. I really enjoyed it. Now, what I would love to see is a non-humorous look at Peacemaker, because that was fun, but I think that the defining feature of Peacemaker is his bizarre peace at any means ideology, and it was touched on in the second Suicide Squad film. I think it was more than touched on. It was really kind of, you know, and although he was played off as a humorous character, and particularly in the series, in the television series, it wasn't always humorous. This one was pretty much almost always humorous. Yes, there's a few moments when the Red Bee dies and stuff like that, but in the movie, he was shown to be pretty psychotic, and not in here so much. So I would love to see just a different kind of view of Peacemaker. Sort of more of the, you know, what is wrong with this guy view that I haven't really seen yet. But I think all in all, this was a very, very fun series, and I am getting the hardbound collection. And I would probably have gotten it even if I did get issues 2 and 3, but that will fill in the gaps that I missed. So anyway, that's Peacemaker number 6, which concludes the 6-issue limited series.